Okay, so I've got this started, and during the videos that I pulled off YouTube that showed you how to do this drawing, she used nice drawing art pencils, which we will use those kinds of pencils as we get into the upper level art classes. Right now, what I'm trying to do is get you to get as many layers out of your one pencil as you possibly can get, and it'll still look nice, very nice. This one right here. I want you to make sure that you do the background as well, because she didn't show you how to do the background. I like to put some working another piece of paper under my arm as I'm working, so that you're not smearing it. But the way I did this whole background is I did it like we did the value scale. Wherever it's dark, I'm holding my pencil to the side and bearing down and doing short little strokes. Okay. And you'll do that wherever you see that it's darker and lighter. You want your edges to be nice and crisp. So when I tell you to crisp up your edges and have sharp edges, you want to make sure that there's no line separating it, and it's making an edge instead of a line. See how I put white as a value, and this darker gray is a value. So if you put two different values next to each other and make sure it's not separated by a line, you'll have a very nice edge. So over here, you can see how I've gotten darker, medium, lighter. Now I'm going to start shading the background right here, and it's going to make my edge of this pop, okay? So I'm going to see how that makes that line disappear, and it makes it an edge. And see how I'm using very short strokes. And you want to try to shade the shade that you see. So, because I'm doing this right here. So I always like to work from the background forward. And this actually gets a little darker as it goes up. All right, so I wanted you to see how that made this edge disappear. I mean, the line disappear. And then you can also clean it up with your eraser by putting a straight edge up against it and erase it. Now, this is not completely white, so you still want to shade right up against the line, barely touch the paper. So, so you see how I did this whole background. See how this background is done? And you can't really see it on my page right here, but there is like a table edge going back there. Their values are shades very close to each other on the value scale, but there is a difference. So my suggestion to you is to work from the background forward, just as I'm doing, and then follow the videos um, that the presenter presented to do your shading on your basic shapes, basic forms. So you ask why we're doing these basic forms, because we're going to take these forms and turn them into real objects on the next project. You'll try to look at different things like this cup right here. If I were to draw this cup, well, I got to look at it like it's look at it as a basic form, which is a cylinder. Okay, so you can see how I'm getting the edge of my cone to show up. All right, so this down here, I wanted you to show that there's really not a line, there's an edge, and it makes that disappear as well. So all of the background's going to be shaded, just some is going to be darker than the others. All right, so follow the other videos on how to do the shading for the basic forms, and you can follow this video just to show you how to do the background. Okay.